How does that feel, knowing that you are going to be one of the prior reasons for someone getting some?
All right, so we're on this kind of a podcast. All right, good. To be honest, it's kind of the best.
Okay.
I mean, if you're, regardless, what we do is like we try to give people like a good time, no matter what they're doing. But I mean, obviously, like play is in the equation.
Of course.
For everybody when you're going out. But yeah, I'd say that. Like what we do, we just let people get drunk, let them drink a little bit, and we play the music that keeps them there, so they keep drinking. So I would definitely say we aid in that.
I feel that.
I don't know, I've never been asked that question.
Okay, so what role does music really play in the atmosphere of a party, for example?
Oh, the entire atmosphere.
How so?
I mean, if you walk into a room and you don't have, if you walk in, like last night we played at Delta, did a big show down there. If if you walk into a party like that and you have, 100, 200 people in there and you don't have music playing at all, it's like, what is that vibe?
Okay,
sure,
of course.
People can mingle around with no music, but it's like, if you bring music into it, you get some beats going, or you're playing, club music, it gives people something they can just move to. Okay. Bounce to. Like, it just adds an ambience. But I mean, yeah, like music is definitely essential.
That is actually a very interesting point about, would you categorize the type of music that you guys like? You guys do make music. I like the song.
Thank you.
But like the prior music that you enjoy playing, you'd describe it as more EDM type of music, right?
Definitely for me personally, and Josh will probably say the same, but we're like, our favorite genres are EDM, just to listen to. Listen to a lot of rap and hip hop too. I'd say that's like my second favorite. But our favorite music to play is EDM at any show. That's basically strictly all we do, or what we kind of changed into. So
that's actually like really. I've been thinking about EDM for a little bit, like preparing to have you guys on the show. I have a feeling that like EDM does this thing where it's like it's quote unquote not really music, and what I mean by that is like, you're not meant to actually listen to it. It's more like you're supposed to just like let it happen around you.
You just feel it. That's what I love about EDM is like you don't even have to like it. Which I mean, there's a lot of people out there that don't like electronic dance music. That's fine. But if you walk into a club and you start drinking and it's got that like your body's naturally gonna kind of move to it, and it's just easy to kind of groove to or get in a groove with. But you don't even really have to listen to it. It's just that bass line. That just comes out of the sub. Okay. That'll get you going.
How did you guys even get into being DJs?
I mean, I've been doing it since I was like 12. Like, I started out in the bedroom. Started out in my bedroom with just a cheap little board. Had to save up to get it. I just liked EDM, and I was like, what the hell are these guys doing, like, in concert? I was like, they don't play instruments. I was like, they're making all this stuff on their computer. So I was like, what are they doing in concerts? And I'd see they have concerts with 50,000 people, and they're playing on this, big-ass board. And I'm like, I want to do that. And I thought it was going to be a phase when it started, and it just hasn't left.
How long have you been doing this?
Probably coming up on 10 years. I'd say like at the level that we are now, like only a couple years. Okay. And we still have a long way to go. Not trying to say anything there, but we have a long way to go. But at what we're doing in like the college and club scene, we've been doing that probably since coming into college.
Okay. How is that different from doing it in like college venues such as like Blarney's and stuff of that nature compared to like going to clubs and stuff like that?
I mean, I love Blarney's. That place is going to have a spot in my heart forever. There's been some criminal activities that have happened in that building.
Of course.
God bless it. But it is a lot different. But I mean, I feel like we kind of had to start with that. We kind of had to start with doing like the college bars, like Blarney's, KK, Sal's, Tiff's. It's greasy there, and everybody's just, drunk college kids trying to have fun.
Of course.
Trying to go out and meet people, trying to get laid. You know how it goes. And we're just there doing the music. So at a college bar, it's like people aren't really there to listen to the DJ. People are there to drink with their friends. Okay. You go to like a club, like when we do a club show and you have like, big artists that are coming out and performing, people, are paying tickets to get in the door there. They're paying to see the music. Drinking's involved, obviously, just like it is at a college bar. But like people are way more like,
it's a different dance
floor. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's socialization, but like you're grooving to the music. And we love club shows because it is a bit of an older crowd. You get, on your younger end, 21, and then a lot of mid 20s, early 30s. More of a mature audience, I'd say, than like Blarney's.
Okay.
and they're just there to have a good time, and they're always, respectful, and the vibes are always good. So
Okay.
I love clubs. And I think he agrees too, Josh over there.
I feel that. What are some of the setbacks that come from doing this type of work?
It's a lot of money. It's
Okay.
it's a lot of initial investment. Like
Yeah.
the equipment is very expensive. The boards that we use are, $7,000.
Oh,
You
wow.
have to have all the music production stuff. You know how this goes. Like,
Yeah, no, most definitely.
the interface, like that's a few $100. Like you have to buy all this stuff like before you're making money.
Of
Because
course.
you need it in order to start working.
Of course.
So it's like I'd say that's one of the only setbacks is like it's a big financial investment initially, and then I don't know, I guess if you're not really about that like late night work schedule, if that's not your thing, if you're not willing to like be up late. Like last night I went home at 6 a.m. Like we DJing at the frat, like at 11 o'clock we jumped on. That's kind of like the start of the night.
Okay.
And then we'll go till 2 or 3 in the morning. And then you have after parties after that where you hang out with all your friends. So if you're not used to like being up late and like going through, that kind of lifestyle, I guess, or if you're not willing to do that, then I guess that'd be a setback. But I mean, I love it. I'm still young. We're both. It might catch up to us, but hopefully not.
I feel that.
We're hoping not.
What are some of the craziest nights that you've like personally had to witness?
Oh God, it's had to have been at Barnyard. It's had to have been at like Blarney's or even Okoboji, Iowa. Okoboji, Iowa. We went down. I've crowd surfed in Okoboji a couple times.
Wow. Okay.
And that's probably the craziest that I've personally done, but I've seen some heinous shit at Blarney's.
Oh wow. Okay.
I've seen some bad. I mean, just people just drunk making out. People taking clothes off at Blarney's. People yakking backstage. somebody peeing backstage at Blarney's.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you see some nightmares, but all good times.
I feel that. And now transitioning more into like the business side.
Okay.
How do you grow? And how do you get booked and stuff of that nature?
I'd say in today's day and age, it's all like digital. It's all social media, especially for like music and the music industry. It's all like, if you don't already have a platform or have like a fan base, or if you're just starting out, like TikTok is now like your best friend.
Oh, okay.
Because it's so easy to just get thousands of views on that. And
That's true, yeah.
whatever you're posting, whether you're introducing yourself or like showing snippets of your music. Or just showing you DJ, like that's you're gonna get your name out there. So first thing I would say is definitely social media. Being good at what you do. Like if you're making good music, if you're a good DJ and you can read the crowd and give people a good time, like honestly, that's all you need to do really, and the rest will fall into place. Obviously, there's you got to do a lot of stuff on your own, like marketing yourself. You're potentially finding a manager if you need one to get shows.
Okay.
It's a lot of just like cold calling, cold DMing. All these venues and bars and being like, yo, like, can you give me a shot to play? Can we do a night there? And we've been doing that. We've done that in the past. We're still doing that now.
What does it mean to have like a bad set? What does that mean?
I guess it could mean a lot of things. If you have a bad set, so a set is just like when you're going out and playing a show. That's called like a set.
All right.
And that can be like an hour or 2 hours. I mean, it could go bad a lot of ways. Like your equipment could not work. You could get too drunk. So if you're getting, if you're drinking too much and like you're not doing your job, people are gonna know, and you're gonna be sloppy. So like that's a part of it too. You kind of drinking's definitely involved in DJing, but like you kind of got to be on top of that at the same time.
Do you like to drink when you're performing?
Definitely.
Oh, okay. I feel it. It turns out the charisma just a little bit.
Yeah, I gotta show you some videos. For that.
I feel it.
Yeah, no, we do. I mean, it's a part of it. Like, it's the music. You're having a good time with your friends. But yeah, just like being responsible with your drinking and not getting too crazy while you're doing your job. Like, save that for after if you're gonna do that. So he's pretty good. Josh is pretty good at watching himself.
Very nice.
I like
very
to have
nice.
a little fun.
At least one person has to be
There's
there.
somebody that's usually always dialed in.
Okay,
So.
I feel it. What type of mode do you get into when you are performing? Because it's a performance. You have to.
Yeah, I would say it's like. You get like a little bit of a different persona. Like I'd say I have a different persona right now than like when I'm on stage a little bit, just because I'm so hyped. Like I'm so hyped. It's high energy. Like we've usually had a few drinks. Music's loud. If the crowd's reacting the way we want, if everybody's having a good time, you're just up there hyped. Like we were on top of the table yesterday, and people have like their flashlights up. Like that's like one of the best feelings ever. Just seeing everybody have a good time. So, I mean, it's definitely like it's definitely a mood difference for sure. You're just hyped up and everything's going good. If the set is going good.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. What are some like ways to make sure the whole environment is going good? Because it's like, how can you really read a crowd? Really?
You just read their body movement. I would say like the best way to have a good set, like you were just saying, is literally reading the crowd and making sure they're having a good time. Like if we went into, you know, I'd say a bar like KK or Burrito Loco or Sal's, and we just started playing like heavy EDM, like people, that's really not the place where people want to be listening to that.
Oh, okay.
Like if I was at a college bar, like you're probably doing a lot more hip hop. So like knowing where you're playing, like the crowd demographics, like who's in your crowd, what age groups, that's important. And then like while you're playing, like just seeing like, okay, are people dancing, are people singing, like are people with it, or is everybody just standing still? That's like, if you see people standing still, it's like, all right, time to like, let's go to a different genre or do a different song, like do a throwback that everybody knows and can, you know, sing to. So there's definitely a lot that goes into like making sure that the crowd is having a good time if you want the set to go well.
Okay. So is it like you have a playlist and then you have to like pick throughout your playlist? How many songs are in one playlist before it's set?
So like our set typically at like our shows that we do now are like 1 to 2 hours, an hour and a half, sometimes a little more than 2. But in that set, I don't know, we probably have what, like in each playlist 200 songs, 200-300 songs.
Oh,
and you only play we only play about 1:30 max of each song, and then we're transitioning to the next just to keep like the ball moving, to keep
there can't be any low
changing.
parts. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to have too many low parts or too many quiet parts. Like if you're in peak of the night, trying to keep the crowd like on their toes and jumping around.
What happens if you're just peaking the whole night?
Then you have a good set.
Aha. Okay.
I mean, sometimes you do have to give the crowd a breather, and it's like you can't play a banger like every single song. Like not everybody's gonna like, you know, every song that you play. But if you can kind of find like the sweet spot of like doing a throwback that everyone can sing to, and then doing like a big EDM song, and then doing like a Drake remix, you know, EDM song. Like, to keep people on their toes, you switch up kind of what you're playing, but you don't want to tire them out. If you go too hard for too long, like your crowd will get tired.
Has there been a point where it's like the whole room is just jumping, and then you just like actually had to turn it down, or like?
Oh, we've had like at Blarney's for sure. We've had like the manager Eric, love that dude. Whenever we would play like Finito or Mo Bamba, like they were worried that the floors were gonna
just cave in. Okay.
Videos of the floors like bending from the basement. But yeah, Eric's like, yo, chill with that. He's like, turn it down a little bit. Like he's like, we don't need this place to go up in flames. So I mean, yeah, there is times where the whole place is jumping, and that's like the best to watch, and that's the greatest feeling.
You know, it can't always be great times, but as you were starting, I know that there must have been some like very off nights. What were some like the setbacks that you've ever been through?
Oh, definitely. Like before, like we just came, so we started Time to Fly. That's our DJ duo. We started that in the very beginning of November. So we're new, but we've been separate DJs on our own for years.
Okay.
So like back my freshman year, like I was not getting paid to DJ. Like I wasn't at any of those college bars yet. I was just paying out of my own pocket, like buying Ubers, pulling up to like the Marshall at the apartment parties, all the quad, like random house parties, just so I could play, like get my foot in there. But like those were some of the most fun times I've had doing that. But I mean, it's like you kind of got to grind when you're starting out, like, and you're gonna have to do a lot of favors and do a lot of shows for free.
Of course.
So I mean, that's honestly one of the most challenging parts of getting started is just like getting your name out there, and you got to be like pretty proactive about trying to get as many shows as you can, or trying to get on the decks like as much as you can.
Did you have a problem with like being nervous as you were starting doing this?
When I started, I would say like not really at like the apartment parties or college house parties, no, because it was just like all my friends, all people my own age. But when I started doing like the actual like paid gigs where it was like Blarney's or KK, it's like the first times you go there, and this was like 3 years ago for me, it's like the first times you go there, you're always nervous before you go on. You don't know what to expect.
All right.
Even with some of our bigger shows right now, like when we do a big club show, if we're opening up for, a bigger artist, like there's definitely a lot of nerves before, but once you get on there and press play and see the crowd going, like that goes away. And you realize like it's time to go, like you're having fun.
Oh, okay. So eventually just like get into like a mode. It just
you
changes.
get into rhythm. Like the nerves go away. You're like, all right, we're starting to play. Like people are liking it. Let's have fun. So it does go away.
Why do you think some DJs fail then?
What do you mean? What do you mean by fail?
Like, not just like burn out, or like they just like slowly stop getting gigs and overall just like quote unquote just bad. Why do you think the product just drops?
I'd say in today, I wouldn't like know enough, but I'd say probably the most common reason I can think of is like any other artist. Like if you're a one hit wonder, if you have one good song and then you put out other stuff and nobody likes it, it's like you might go on tour for that, one huge song that made your name, but if you can't keep delivering that product and like that level of music that people want to hear from you, then people are going to stop showing up. And like DJs, I mean, we all get old.
Okay, of course.
People, it's a hard scene to stay in like very long term. Like, I mean, you're not going to be. There's some people that do it, but you're not going to be like 60 years old and
That's
DJing
fair.
in the club. Respect to you if you do that. That'd be crazy.
Yeesh.
But yeah, like I don't know if I could keep this lifestyle up for all of eternity.
Okay, I feel that. Tell me about the abandoned house party.
Oh God, where'd you hear about that?
Research.
Did you listen to our other podcast?
No, not yet.
Oh my. Okay, so yeah, I was a freshman. This is back when I was kind of just talking about doing all these shows for free. This dude hits me up on Snap because I would be every single weekend be on my public story being like, who needs a DJ? Who needs a DJ? Like,
Okay, promo. Yeah.
I'm trying to put myself out there. I have this kid who I don't know. I think he's from like Mounds View.
Okay.
He doesn't go to school with me here, but he found my info somehow. And he swipes up. He's like, yo, we have a party tonight. And I'm like, all right, let's go. Like, we found a move. Like, I'm bringing all my friends. Get a couple details from him. He's like, yeah, like, it's going to be at this house. Like, don't worry, we got power and everything. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, what do you mean you have power? I was like, yeah, it's a house. So we pull up there. I kid you not. This place is like, it's in the middle of nowhere. It's in like somewhere in Mounds View, but it's like rural. So it's like, we're taking a dirt road to get up this driveway. I'm like, yo, like what? I'm like, is there actually a show here? Or are we getting set up? And we pull up and it's this abandoned house, like boarded up windows. And we're like, yo, what are we getting ourselves into right now? This dude who was hosting the party pulls up in like he's got like a GMC Suburban. And he like opens his house up, not a single light. No electricity, no running water, like no bathrooms.
Wow. Okay.
Nothing. Just this empty, like no furniture, empty, just skeleton of a house. And it's like on his family's property or something like that. And he pulls up his truck. He's like, yeah, I got the power in the truck. We're like running an extension cord from the outlet in the car 50 feet into this house.
Nah, that's crazy.
Powering like, speakers, the DJ board, lights, a fog machine. And they bodied that place. They got about 150 people in there.
God damn.
Like, and there was no lights except for the little DJ light that we had. Like, windows were getting shattered out. Like, and then almost the entire Mounds View police force came.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
okay.
we had, I think there was like 12 or 13 cop cars that came. Like, they shut it down after a couple hours. But yeah, that was by far one of the craziest places that I played.
Oh wow.
I remember just pulling up there and being like, yo, like, where am I plugging my stuff into? And he's like, yeah, I got the truck. We're going to run an extension. I was like, okay, man, like, whatever you want to do. And he just left the truck running for 3 hours, just sitting outside the house.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know.
You know what? That sounds like a great time. That sounds like a
fun.
spectacular
It was
time.
Definitely one that I won't forget, that's for sure.
How do you, like, evolve your craft?
I say that in terms of DJing, like it's more so for us because we've been DJing for like a decent amount of time now. It's like we know how to mix, we know how to use the equipment, we know how to DJ. It's more of like tapping into like the side of like being an artist.
Oh, okay.
So like making
What does that
music,
mean?
making music.
Okay.
So right now, like say we weren't working on any music, we weren't putting anything out. I can only go so far, like playing other people's music. Like nobody's gonna pay, ticket prices to come see us, just play other people's songs. Like they can just listen to them on their own or go see a DJ.
They can invite someone else.
Yeah, exactly. So the best way for us right now that we believe that we can evolve is like keep working on making remixes, originals, mashups, pushing out content, like kind of getting our own sound, our own craft in terms of production, and pushing that out, you know, hoping that people like it and hoping that that'll help us grow.
Of course.
And, you know, that could potentially lead to more shows, more bookings, etc.
When did you realize that you guys were growing as a tandem?
Like, since we started or before? Like, what led us to come together?
Actually, okay, you know what? Let me reword this. Okay, so when you were first going, how were you growing?
Sure. So I guess I'll just start with Time to Fly because that was like that's like the most recent new chapter that we've started. So back in the end of November, we left a former company that we were DJing for, and we went out on our own. And we were and we've been best friends at St. Thomas for a long time. So we've known each other and we've loved to, you know, mix with each other. And once we were both, you know, on our own, we were kind of like, why don't we just come together? Like, we like the same exact music. We play the same exact kind of stuff. We're like, let's just start working on music together, start DJing together. And we loved it, and St. Thomas loved it. We've had a ton of support from like the people at school here. I don't know if you were at that homecoming show that we did, the homecoming darty, but we had
I remember that.
Like 600 or 700 people pop out there, and that was like our first real show.
Yeah, I know
that
that
Time to Fly, and like once that happened, once we saw like, okay, these people are having a good time, and you know we can actually pull some people out. That's when we were like, okay, like this ball's starting to roll. Like we can actually do something on our own without, you know, having like a boss or somebody having to like tell us what to do, what we can do, what we can't do.
Of course,
just leaving it all up to our own creative freedom. And you know, stuff's happened. We just did our first pop-up rave a couple weeks ago at Mike's. And we sold that out like way over capacity. So just all this like continuation of good things coming our ways, like it's hard to realize, but when you look back, you're like, okay, damn, like, you know, stuff is kind of starting to move in a good direction.
Of course.
It's been fun to see that.
As you grow, what is something that you want to like learn from this?
From DJing?
Yeah.
From producing? I'd say, honestly, like, getting like, I don't want to say spiritual, but just like, I know. DJing and like making music is something that I just like love to do. Like it just makes me happy. Like I have so much fun doing it. Like that doing it full time, like being able to tour and just play music for people, give them a good time would be like the dream job. So honestly, like if I can learn to, you know, be content and be happy with where I'm at and like realize like I'm fortunate to be able to have the fun that I do. And continue that and like grow it on my own, like that's obvious. That's my goal with it. I'd say like from a business perspective, it'd be awesome at, you know, this age with what we've done so far, we can continue to grow that and, you know, do that on our own. Like something that we created by ourselves and see that grow, that would be really awesome to see.
Why were you the Grinch?
What time?
That's fair enough. Christmas. Let's go Christmas first.
Okay, so dude, I don't know why I love the Grinch so much. First of all, it started with the Kobe Grinches. The Kobe Grinches are sick.
Okay.
I love how the Grinch is so misunderstood. Like,
let him cook. Okay,
dude, imagine he gets sent up into the mountains because of a bad shave job. So he's trying to impress that girl. He has a bad shave job. All the kids laugh at him. He gets sent up to the mountains and nobody wants to talk to him. And he comes down, tries to be a nice guy. Everybody, you know, is tweaking. And, dude, I just love how he's so misunderstood. He's funny, dude. He's so funny, dude. Jim Carrey does a fantastic job. Shout out Jim Carrey because he did a ton of makeup.
Yeah,
for that.
Most
Did
definitely.
you hear about that? He dude, when Jim Carrey would have to dress up as the Grinch, he would go through like hours of just sitting there.
None of that shit's CGI. So yeah, no, that's
bro.
all
It was like really professional makeup, and he had to just sit there. And dude, I don't know, I love everything about the Grinch. And then I decided to give the whole suit, as you probably saw. I wore it to my family Christmas. So I put it on. I slipped out halfway through. This has been on TikTok. Okay. There's a bunch of people that have done this, but I slipped out halfway through and I put on the Grinch costume and I went out in the woods and like all my little cousins were looking out and I was like hopping around in the woods.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then I ran up to the house and was like scaring them and stuff. So I don't know. I love the Grinch. I love how funny he is. So,
That's
yeah.
fire. That's fire. So, what do you bring to your duo? What is your aesthetic?
Yeah,
What's the energy?
That's a good question because we bring very different things to our duo, and it actually surprises people a lot to hear how different we are. Like when you actually get to know us, we're actually a lot different than people probably think we are. I'd say the energy, dude. Like my energies, we both bring energy, but my energy is just it's very unique in its own way. And I don't know. I also bring a lot of the style too, like a lot of the style advice. Like we do dress rehearsals, and I usually like to appreciate it. I usually like to lead the charge on that. But yeah, I think just the energy and the style, and Will he brings a lot of music sense and all sorts of things to our duo. So
of course. Where does your fashion come from?
My fashion,
Yeah.
my passion for fashion. God, I don't know. It started when I was in like middle school, just trying to like look smooth.
Okay.
I didn't really start like getting into fashion like probably until like sophomore year, where I was like, dang, like I really like am invested in fashion. Like I really like appreciate a nice piece of clothing. Like, I credit it a lot to like NBA players too, like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Like, dude, he is fire. Have you seen his fits, bro, dude? Oh my god, dude. I'm wearing his shoes right now, dude. I credit it a lot to him. He inspires a lot of my fashion.
That's hard. That's hard. What was your favorite gig?
My favorite show we've ever done?
Yeah, your favorite.
We just opened up for Audion. He's a EDM artist. He is basically the reason why I DJ.
Okay.
He instilled so much like love for an EDM into me, and he just like as soon as I started DJing, he was like the music that I learned with. So like you gotta like mix songs, you gotta put songs together and stuff like that. I was mixing like his songs.
Okay.
And so like that show was my favorite because it was just kind of like a full circle thing. It was like I started here and like now I'm opening up for him. Like that's crazy. So yeah, we were sim shows. It was a great opportunity. They let us come out, and it was at the new nightclub downtown called Vanquish. So it was a really cool spot, and yeah, it was just a great night overall. And Melis will say the same. Audion's literally our favorite artist, and he's honestly a big reason why we're so close. So
that's hard. How did you even like start? Like, where would you pinpoint your beginning?
Yeah, so I love telling this story because it's just like it brings me back a lot of good memories. But I started in basements, college basements, just like him. We were DJing off of literally a washing machine. That was my first night. So like my buddy like told me I looked like a DJ that night. Yeah, bro, I came out in like it was like a denim jacket, like nothing special, and he was like, dude, like you look like a DJ. Like, yeah, I love telling the story, but because they like my friends listen back to it and they're like, oh dude, yeah, dude, I do remember that. But yeah, dude, he was like, you look like a DJ, and I was like, damn, like I should, should we download a software? So we ended up downloading software, and we started in the college basements, dude. I DJ'd to like 3 people, literally like 3 people in the college basement, and then like the parties just started growing, and yeah, dude, it's crazy. We were DJing off this little board, off a washing machine, literally off a broken washing machine is where we started, dude.
How is it different, like performing in front of like college students, and then like frats, and then like places like Blarney's, and then other spots like that?
Yeah, so I think the biggest difference with like college life versus like the nightclub life is that the people at the college shows are there to party.
Okay.
And just like listen to whatever music's being played. The nightclub is usually it's a ticketed event, or the people are there because they love EDM music, and they're attending the event because they like want to listen to you and your music, or like the person who's headlining or whatever. But like the college life, like people are just looking to have a good time. They're gonna go out to the bar regardless, and like whoever's playing is playing, which is super fun too. But I think that's just the biggest difference for sure.
What have you personally learned as you go through your like growing in this field? It's
it's like a big, what you put into it is what you get out of it thing. And I think like it's actually like created a foundation for a lot of like motivation in my life. And like,
How so?
It's given me like something to work on. Like I always have something to work on, and it's showing me that like, hey, like, you know, if you like work super hard at something, like you can become successful. And you know, obviously like we're not exactly where we want to be right now, but like you slowly start seeing how things start coming together, and like that gives me a lot of just like fulfillment, because we're so passionate about what we do. And like when we're bouncing ideas off each other and things are coming together the right way, like it feels really good. And I think it's cool to see yourself grow and get motivation that way.
Do you enjoy, like, when you go to parties, right?
Yeah.
Do you start like analyzing it, like not like,
dude,
not when you're DJing, but like when you're just like part of general admission,
dude? So I literally saw this. I saw this Twitter thing today, and it was like it was a meme. It was a DJ when he's at the club but he's not DJing, and it was somebody sitting at a football game, and they had their full pads on in the seat, and they were just like watching. Like he wanted to play super bad, and he was you know, wanting to like see how they were running their plays and stuff. I try not to think about it when I'm there, but it's hard not to. Like you just like, as soon as you learn about, you know, all the types of things that, you know, we sit and research about, you know, like song transitions, mixing, like keys and music, everything like that. It just, you can never hear it the same again.
For those that think that DJing is easy, what really makes DJing hard?
I'd say just being able to like please everybody that's in the crowd. Like, like literally every single person has a different preference. Yeah. And like, that's so hard, because like humans are just so different in the fact that like he wants a song and she wants a song and he wants a different song, and you know, but being able to get them all to come together and vibe, like that's when it really comes together. But I think that's super hard, is like being able to please everyone. Like, you know, you can be literally having 3 people over here like raging, like, you're the best DJ ever, and then you have like this person, you look over and they're giving you the middle finger, and it's like, bro, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm sorry, it's 3 versus 1, or you know, it's like I gotta take it and roll with it, you know.
I feel it. How does it? Okay, do you guys hate it when people like request songs?
Dude,
does that suck?
It really depends. Like, if you're at like a college bar and like you're just chilling with your friends, and like it seems like that type of, there's a certain read. So like if it seems like there's requests that night, and like there's like a totally like open floor for like everybody to come in and like talk to the DJ, like that's totally cool. But like if you're like performing at like your concert, like your event, and people are like reaching up or like trying to like go like around to like try to get backstage, you're like, hey, can we get a request? Can we, like, when it's like it's known that like this is our event, and like this is what we're playing, and like people that are around you are here to listen to like what you're playing, and like you're the one person that's like trying to like sprint up to like get your song to play. Yeah, that's kind of tough, but
okay, I feel it. So it's annoying, but it's like you understand.
Yeah, I understand. Like, and for sure at college events and different stuff like that, like if you want to hear a song, like that's totally cool. And like I don't like when DJs get super mad at song requests, because like it's not fair. Like your job is to please the crowd, and like the crowd has preferences, you know.
Please
so
the crowd.
Like, yeah. Like, so you gotta play what they want. Sometimes it gets a little ridiculous when there's literally like song request after song request. You can't even think in your brain like what you want to play anymore, because it's just like you're pleasing everybody. But so there's a balance there for sure.
Okay, I feel that. Why EDM?
Dude, I actually did not like EDM. That's not true. I liked EDM, but I didn't listen to a lot of EDM until like college. Okay. Because like going out in college and going to the parties and stuff, you get accustomed to EDM so quick, and like it's just like a part of that like scene, that, you know, the college scene. Like when you go somewhere, you go to a nightclub, you know, it's like the but like when you're a kid, you don't really know that. Like, really, I guess he knew it when he was 12, but yeah, he was listening to Scott. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but I didn't listen to EDM really until I got to college, and I just really liked the vibe. And then, you know, as soon as I met him, like I credit Will with a lot of like,
How did y'all partner up?
Okay, yeah. So we go back to me DJing in the basement off a washing machine.
Mm-hmm.
He comes in, bro. I have never told this story live, but I will. He comes in, with all due respect, with a Canada Goose jacket on, dude. The basement was absolutely packed, and you know how hot those basements get. He walks in with a Canada Goose jacket on, and I look over and I'm like, bro, who is walking into our basement right now? I'm like, dude, what is happening? Like, he comes behind the booth. He sees that I'm DJing. Well, I was like, I just started at the time, so it was just like off my computer. Is a very, very simple setup. He comes behind and he's like, yo, like, I know how to DJ. Like, can I try it out? Like, can I mix a little bit and try to help you out? And yeah, so we just started from there. Like, I met him, we really vibed, and I kept learning, and he kept growing, and we just started playing together, and it was really smooth. And yeah, dude, I think it's so funny because like that was literally the beginning of our friendship. Was like me looking at him like, bro, who is this guy walking in with a Canada Goose jacket on, and it's like 100 degrees in here, like.
Pretty sure I also sat down there in that basement that I like opened for juice.
Yeah, he did. He came. He came up. He came up to me. He's like, dude, oh my god, bro. I remember, dude. He came up to me. He's like, yeah, dude, I opened for Juice WRLD. Like, I was like, dude, you DJ? And he's like, yeah, I opened up for Juice WRLD. And he showed me a video of like a concert, but it was just a video that he had taken from the crowd, and he was like, yeah, this is me. And like at the concerts, like it's like dark up there, like you can't see exactly who's. So like I took his word for it, bro, and I'd start running around this party. I start running around this party like, hey, dude, there's that kid. You see that kid in the jacket, bro? He opened up for Juice WRLD, dude. He opened up for Juice, and like he's sitting over there like in the Canada Goose jacket. Like people are taking his word for it, and they're like, oh my god. Dude, oh my god, dude, it was so fun. I actually cannot believe that is the beginning of our friendship.
Dude, I was like a little freshman, you were a sophomore.
Yeah. Dude.
Like, I gotta get my foot in this door somehow.
Some way, somehow, I'm getting behind.
Because he knew we were the party house.
Like, what do I think? Oh, I opened for Juice WRLD.
Yeah, that's what he decided. He was like, you know what, the most popular artist of the time. Like, oh my god.
I feel that.
Juice WRLD. I forgot about that. Oh my gosh. I remembered the jacket, but I forgot about the Juice WRLD.
What is the best state that you guys have performed at?
The best state.
I'd say Cali for me.
I would say New York.
Okay.
I did a show at the University at Albany. I think it's at University at Albany. And it was a really cool show. I really enjoyed my time there. It was cool.
What was different about it?
There was just a really large crowd, and they just like, it was a beginning of the school year event, and so they just like, they were there to party, dude. Like they got up for it, and they showed out. It was sick.
Was it outdoors?
Yeah, it was outdoors, so it was like in this big like field, and yeah, dude, it was a big stage. It was very cool.
Oh wow,
it was super cool.
Why? Okay. So you've been to the East. How's the West? Have you performed in the West?
I DJed in California. I'm trying to think of other times that I. Oh yeah, I DJed at Arizona State.
How was that?
It was fun.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good time.
You make it sound like it was a little bit overrated.
What, Arizona State? No, it was fun. It was a headphone disco event. So
okay.
It was kind of, I think they have like multiple campuses, right? Arizona State. I think it's like a super big school, so they have like multiple campuses. So it was like tucked away on one campus. Like, so it wasn't like their main campus, so it wasn't like a huge thing. But
St. Thomas says like, yo, come do like the roller rave freshman. It's like, it's that kind of thing.
yeah.
Okay.
You don't get that active of a crowd at.
Yes.
We don't do
Well, it really depends on how the school markets it too. Because like that University at Albany show, like that was crazy, like crazy show. But some of the schools don't market it as well.
Okay.
St. Thomas does a pretty good job. They did a really good job this year for the headphone disco.
Okay.
But it really depends on how the school markets it, to be honest.
I feel that. What is the top 3 things you've learned?
DJing?
I mean, if you want to talk about life, you can go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know how deep you're trying to get. Stay consistent.
Okay.
Continue being you. Like, do not change for the industry. And probably just work hard, dude. Like, honestly, just be passionate. So, but the biggest thing is not changing for the industry. Like, there's so many people that try to change for the industry, and like they get up on stage and like they put on a whole different persona, and like the people want to see you enjoying what you're doing, and like they want to see you acting like yourself. Okay. You know, because like if you're trying to be somebody that you're not, like that's honestly not going to get you that far, in my opinion. I don't know.
That's fair. That's fair. And last but not least, what was the wildest thing that you've experienced,
dude,
DJing?
So I was DJing at a college bar, and super busy night, like crazy, okay. Like sweaty, like yeah, dude. It was a sweaty. It was super, you know, packed, and just people just mosh pitting and everything. And out of the back of the mosh pit, dude, I see a pizza box appear up. It starts levitating up, and it starts getting crowd surfed around. And people, dude, you would not believe, these people were literally like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then they would reach up and grab a slice off and take a bite and put it back in the box, dude.
Nah, that's fucking insane. That's so funny.
I was like, I remember looking around like, what are we doing here? Like, dude, dude, it was unbelievable. I don't know. That, like, I've seen some crazy stuff, but like that was just like, that was on a different freaky level, bro. That was like, dude, a pizza box getting crowd surfed around, and people like just like reaching their hand up and grabbing a slice, taking a bite, and putting it back in. Dude, that was unbelievable. Dude, it was unbelievable. How weird is that? Dude, unbelievable.
But all right, y'all. I say thank y'all again for pulling up.
Dude,
this
has
been
great.
Of course.
It was a great time.
Leave a like, comments, and then go check out their page. It'll be linked down below. And